Hello everyone, and welcome back to Make the Music, and today we're going to be matching the tone from Bring Me the Horizon. They've obviously got a couple different eras of Bring Me the Horizon, right? We've got sort of the modern era where it's a little more rock and alternative oriented and flavored. And then we have the early days, right, where it's more straight metalcore and deathcore, right? So we're going to be exploring those tones here. I have a free guide called the Home Studio Toolbox. You can get that in the description, 100% free. Also includes free stems from all the Match the Sounds I have done on my channel, and you should check those out if you haven't seen those. Anyways, let's get into the video here, and we're going to be breaking down a couple tones in Bias FX2, going over Lee Malaya's sound. So here I am in Bias FX2. This can work in any amp sim, as I've explained before, as long as you match sort of the amp and cab settings. This is just mine of choice here. Let's not use this amp, for instance, although it's kind of a cool, clean tone. And let's try the early days first, and we're going to go to the more modern sound from Bring Me the Horizon. So if we look at the high gain tone options that we have here, 5150 is kind of what he was using on in the early days here. So what are we going to use? We've got not the classic Insane, but we have the Insane 6508, which is like the 6505 kind of clone. Let's turn the gate on here. I mean, that's really close right off the bat there, right? And it's using a Marshall cab. We might go with that, we might not. Let's add a drive pedal, right? We're gonna add the match tube. Let's turn the gate up a little bit here. On that. All right, that's cool, but we need to dial in. I'm in drop C, by the way. I know that Bring Me the Horizon uses a ton of different tunings, right? Not just drop C, but that's what I'm gonna use kind of as a midpoint here. Turn on the distortion tone level. One thing, Lee Malaya uses really, really thick strings on his guitar. I don't have quite the strings he's using on my Ibanez here, but you know, I do have a fairly thick strings intended for drop B, and he often layers and quad tracks his guitars as well, giving him that thick sound. So it's not always just the tone in the box. I explain these in my Match the Sound videos, right? Sometimes it's about how you track it and the production that goes into it, although the amp sound does make a big difference. I really like that. It's a little too upper mid focused for me right now. I'm gonna turn the tone knob down a little bit. Used to sound a little nastier. Let's up the gain. Let's up these mids. Turn down the presence. I'm really liking that so far. It actually works well. Let's try a different cab just for kicks, but I might not go with it here. The orange. That's like a really dark cab. What I might do here is actually split the signal. I'm gonna do half the cab with the tread plate and half with that greenback cab here. If I can find it, we'll get the Plexi 4x12, but I'm gonna go with here the green 25, and I'm actually gonna use vintage 30s with the other one. So let's go Celestion vintage 30s here. Yeah, I'm liking the sound of that. A little too much low lows, however, I think on that though. I'm going to give the greenback one a little more level than the vintage 30. I mean, on second thought though, I'm going to go back to the original match cab. I don't think that was an improvement at all. This is what happens when you watch me build the tones live, right? Sometimes things don't work out how you think they will. That just sounds much tighter to me. A little too much in like the lows though. On the high end, I should say. I want to get rid of some of that high end. Yeah, that's got kind of the sound. More mid bark. Let's add some EQ to this. Cut out the low lows, cut out the high sounds here. got some like fizziness to the 4K. Add some air. Yeah, that's sounding really good to me. I'm gonna upload that as Bring Me the Horizon Early Days. You can find that in the metal category. Early Bring Me the Horizon tone. Sweet, I love that one here. Obviously, they used like that PV5150 sound in the early days. Now, Lee Malaya seems to be using Marshalls and all sorts of stuff. So let's switch over to some sort of a Marshall sound here. I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of the drive pedal. We're going to start over here. Yeah, that's kind of a good start. We're going to need some drive, and they're really fuzzy tones these days. Maybe even distortion. I'm not sure yet. Let's stick with the drive. We might need the distortion eventually. Yeah, that's getting pretty close there. Yeah, I mean, if you listen to That's the Spirit, that's pretty close. Yeah, a little less of like that airiness though, and a little more buzz. Like the tone is pretty buzzy sounding. Yeah, it's pretty saturated if you ask me. It's a little too much like fuzz on that top. Dial back the presence up to mids. Yeah, it just has too much in the top right now. Let's see if I can dial that back a bit here. Some of that 8K, that 16K, let's we made it a little too dark. It's a little tighter sounding than that. Let's add some more tone and level here. Taking my time dialing this in. Okay, let's see. Maybe it's the cab sound. The mic position, right? Let's add a mic. Let's add the C414 for some beef. Go to the mixer. Let's turn down the C14. That's getting closer. Yeah, that's sounding pretty close there. Just add a little more. I need some more mids. Like not upper mids, like lower mids. All right, to me that sounded pretty good. Let's upload that tone here. Bring Me the Horizon Modern. Let's go. I'm gonna put it in rock. I know that might upset some. Whoa, that might upset some people here, but Bring Me the Horizon modern. Let's put that in rock category. Modern tone. That's the spirit. And ammo. You can check that out in the Bias Tone Cloud if you have Bias FX2, or if you have any of these other amp sim softwares. I just have a Marshall JCM model going into an Orange Vintage 30 with a little EQ and the match tube overdrive here. As I told people, the layering and production is also really important on Bring Me the Horizon albums, as I've demonstrated on episodes of Match the Sound. But anyways, if you like that video, you should like and subscribe to the channel down below. Let me know if there's any other tones I should match here for Bias FX2 or any other amp sim. Let me know in the comments down below. And anyways, I'll see you guys next time.